Hello, my name is Professor Tim Noakes. I work for the University of Cape Town and the Sports Science Institute of South Africa. And my role in this series of videos is to try to help you change your life so that you can become healthier and enjoy life and perhaps even live longer. What I learned in my career as a doctor is that there are really two models through which we can live our lives. The one is the medical model, in which you go to the doctor and the doctor prescribes medications and tells you what to do. And then you listen to that advice and you follow it. And the other model is where you take control and you decide what you're going to do. And I think that the best model is to combine both. And I think too often we give responsibility to the doctor and we forget that we must take responsibility for ourselves. And what we're going to try and show you in this series of videos is how you take responsibility for your own health and lead you to become more healthy and happier as a consequence. The title of this message is Engage Your Mind, Look Inwards, Not Outwards for Your Answers. In order to make you more healthy, we first have to engage your mind. And particularly, we have to have some vision of where you want to be in 2 or 3 or 5 years' time. In other words, a healthier, more productive person. We have to start with that goal in mind or else we won't achieve it. And in order to do that, the first thing we have to do is get rid of the boundaries that are preventing you from becoming that person. Next, we need to explore whether you're ready for change. The model we use to determine your stage of readiness is called the behavior change model. And this is fully described on the Yes to Life website. We recognize 5 such stages. The first stage is the one that you're in, and the stage 2 is the next stage, and that is called the contemplation phase, where you start to consider that you might even consider starting to change. Assuming that you are now in phase 2, which is the contemplative phase, the first action you need to take is to prepare a list of all the reasons why you want to be active and what you hope to achieve. The second list you need to make is all the barriers that are preventing you from becoming more physically active. And the third list is this list of solutions about how you're going to overcome those barriers and so become more active. Once you've done this, you're ready for stage 3, which is the preparing for action phase. Now, some of the critical factors in this stage are that you need to choose an activity that you really enjoy, or else find an activity that you will learn to enjoy. When you begin exercise, you must realize that it's going to take time, and so you need to set aside probably about an hour for each day that you want to exercise. You also need to decide whether you're a morning exerciser, an afternoon, or an evening exerciser, and most people have a preference, and they will choose either morning or afternoon or evening. Gregarious people often find it difficult to do exercise by themselves, but if you can convince them that they can go and exercise with their friends and they can discuss anything that they find enjoyable, they eventually find that the activity is so sociable and they're doing so many other things that they really enjoy it. The fourth stage is the action phase, and the real danger in this phase is that you're going to drop out. And this phase should last for 6 months, because if you can survive for 6 months with the activity, it's highly probable that you will continue. The final stage is stage 5, which is the maintenance phase, and in that phase the key is to keep going and to ensure that the longer you keep the activity going, the more ingrained it becomes as part of your lifestyle, and the easier it is to sustain. There really is no excuse because you were a great athlete in your adolescence and in your teens and 20s that you can think that that's going to keep you healthy for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, it's not. Your health at 60 is determined by the activity that you did between the ages of 50 and 60, not between the ages of 10 and 30. So that's the challenge. Let's get out there and be active, and may you all sustain activity for the rest of your lives.